It's time for match one, set one. It's time for the pre-bans. Gents, over to you.
All right, so the pick and ban phase, where, like I said, I think Sierra is going to be very, very crucial. Pre-banned, Villipytty pre-banned, and Okeanos. FatArti did his homework. Okeanos is a very, very nice pick for Villipytty because he likes to go aggressive, he likes to go mean, and he likes to go Villy, as you know, in his own words. FatArti, because he can't pick the Sierra first, he goes for the friend.
Exactly. Let's see what Willy is going to respond. He's going for the 33% speed lead with Vanessa. Will he lock that in? And he's taking his sweet time right here. Maybe that friend took him out of his game a little bit. Maybe he was expecting something else coming from FatArti. But yeah, he's picking the trusted Savannah. We might see Leo is a very common answer to Savannah thanks to his passive blocking her attack bar decrease. So we might see FatArti opting to go for the Leo, or maybe he goes for his trusted Gianna as it is allowed.
Yeah, so definitely Gianna, I think is gonna bring it. Villipytty, let's see if he did his homework with the wheel runes with the first turn. As we can see here, Gianna, and what is the last one? He has just limited time. He goes for the Daphnis, stealing that from Villipytty.
Exactly, and I'm very much assuming that by seeing Gianna let through, he definitely did his homework, and he either believes that his runes are fast enough to outspeed the Gianna and take her out turn one, or as you said, he maybe brought in some units that are off will, making the Gianna not as useful. And we see that Villipytty is choosing to go for Barbara, and she will keeping up the aggression, locking in a second speed lead, meaning that he's most likely going to be taking the first turn here.
Yeah, I really like the pick and ban phase so far from Villipytty, showing aggression. FatArti has limited time because he probably ran out in the previous two picks, and picking the Yan Hong, so that is definitely a strong pick here. But Villipytty showing, I'm going to take the first turn and I'm going to have my Beast Riders do a lot of damage. Let's see if his last pick, it's going to be a Vigor.
Yeah, I love the Vigor right there. It's a great pick against the Daphnis, and it's a great pick overall, pairing up really well with the Beast Riders. He can set up the third skill defense break and letting Savannah or Barbara nuke out an enemy unit.
Yeah, so I'm very curious what FatArti's team composition, how it's going to synchronize together. He's with a Gianna Ganymede, I'd say you want to go for first turn, but then probably he's not going to be able to get that because of the Vanessa paired up with the Barbara. As I expect, Barbara is going to be on very fast set, outspeeding Arti, being able to strip it and take the first turn. So I'm very curious, but there's a big resistance lead on that Yan Hong.
Exactly, we're going to see Villy's Barbara most likely taking the first turn. His Chibu is removed from the game because FatArti doesn't want to have any of that Chibu Savannah action. We actually see the Vigor taking first turn, but sadly, he's going for the damage on the Daphnis. That's a ton of damage, even through Will.
That is a ton of damage, and Barbara moving afterwards, doing even more damage. I think this Daphnis is deleted.
Exactly, perfect speed tuning coming in from Villy, and he's able to take out the Daphnis turn one, and all of a sudden, things are not looking great for FatArti.
Yeah, definitely, but he has the Yan Hong, and we know how Yan Hong can turn things around. With this skill 2, he can strip, boost up a little bit, and the Gani has obviously no wheel runs to look at, so the Gani is going to be able to reset probably Savannah or the Vanessa.
Exactly, and we see a crazy amount of damage coming in from Yan Hong's skill 2 on the Barbara, and let's see what the Gani will choose to reset. He's going for the Vanessa, he wants to take someone out right away.
Yeah, so that is his decision, and I think it's going to be very hard here to take something out because the Beast Riders obviously still have human form, and we already have Yan Hong bursting her attack buff from the Fran. So this Yan Hong is going to have to proc a lot, but the Barbara does get the proc.
Exactly, and we see right here why Vigor is such a contested pick right now in the meta, because he not only brings a third skill that is a nuke on its own, and it also defense breaks, but he also comes in with that sustain. And we see Yan Hong getting deleted right there.
Yan Hong is deleted. The other guy that he brought, Daphnis, is deleted. This is not looking very good for Arti. I think he's going to have to think about the next game, what he's going to bring. and how he's going to adjust to Villipytty's first turn and deadly combination.
Exactly, but I like that he's still not giving up. I think he knows that this game is all but over, but we can see that he prepared and he's taking his sweet time, maybe thinking about what he can change in his pick and ban and maybe what he's going to be pre-banning next game.
Yeah. Gents, the Beast Riders there, they did the business. He wiped the floor clean.
Exactly.
Ridiculous.
Wow, these Beast Riders, they do so much damage, and with the Barbara moving, boosting up the attack bar, it was so hard for Arti to get his turns, make this impact, and with the Vigor second skill speed buff, he got so much turns, Villipytty.
Exactly.
Yeah, he really did. I mean, Ulti, how integral was that on turn 1? I think it was Daphnis that wiped that straight away. How big was that for Villipytty?
It was huge. I am actually not sure whether that Daphnis was squishy or Willy was packing a lot of damage. I think there was a bit of both because that Barbara also went down in HP quite a lot. So I'm really thinking that was a speed crit damage attack Barbara, taking the first turn and dealing all the damage on the Daphnis and basically giving himself a huge advantage in the game from the first turn.
Well, FatArti has to win this one to remain in this series here. Chaps, pick and ban, it's over to you.
Well, I think Arti's pick with Daphnis, it didn't sync well. Villipytty showed very early that he wants to go for the first turn. He picked a speed lead, 33% very quickly, and I think Arti didn't respond appropriately. So this time around, we see Gianna and Chiwu being pre-banned. Villipytty probably starting off with the Sierra.
Exactly, and we can see FatArti definitely doesn't want to fight off against that Chiwu, and Willy is going for the Sierra speed lead as you've predicted. Let's see what FatArti is going to choose to respond with. Will he be going for the Gani Hathor combo, which is available right now, or is he too afraid of Willy outspeeding him?
Yeah, that's a very, very important question he has to ask. Am I going to be taking this first turn? He chooses to go for the Vanessa, saying, all right, I am going to try at least to give my monsters enough protection and contest you maybe with the 33% speed lead, not making you able to pick strong and fast units with the 33% speed lead.
Exactly, and we see Willy going for the Savannah and Okeanos. He's keeping up the aggression. This man doesn't stop. And we're gonna see why FatArti was so afraid of that Okeanos if it's let through. And let's see how much of an impact it can have on the game.
All right, so Arti goes on with the Yanhong and the Masha. And Villipytty answers quite quickly with the Vigor and the Barbara. So we have all the elemental Beast Riders on the board right here. I'm not sure, I don't think we're gonna see a Leo to counter 2 of the Beast Riders, but maybe something with a little bit more protection, a little bit more AoE immunity?
Maybe. He might choose to go for the second immunity to counter the Sierra and Okeanos right here. Because actually Willy is lacking strip from his side, but FatArti rounds out the draft with a Hathor. It's so weird to see a Hathor only picked in the second game and in the last round of pick and ban, because we know how contested of a pick that is. Let's see what will be the bans coming out from each side. Actually, from both sides, I can see multiple great ban options. We see Fran and Barbara getting banned. And most likely, I think Willy will be taking the first turn with that Okeanos. We all know how much he loves his Okeanos, and he's probably stacking it with some crazy Swift runes.
All right, match point for Villipytty. Is he going to take the first turn, like you said? Yeah, Okeanos is very fast. He's very aggressive, mean and Willy, and he goes for the strip and he doesn't reset. Wow. All right, so this is the Yanhong taking a turn, stripping the Sierra and buffing up. Masha taking a turn, Hathor taking a turn. This is going quickly.
Exactly. Let's see. Will she go for the skill 2 or will she be content with sleeping just 2 units? She's going for the skill 2, maybe hoping for the proc into skill 3, which she doesn't get. I'm expecting Sisui heal here. Exactly. Vigor goes for the heal. Sierra is looking very low, but she has a bomb. This needs to land.
Yeah, this definitely needs to land. And he goes for the Masha, immediately detonating it, but Masha gets another turn because she procced out. And Okeanos, because of the speed buff, is able to go first, taking an additional turn. Did I see a violent
Exactly,
Okeanos
that's
being
a violent
so fast?
Okeanos. That's crazy, man. Willy has the craziest runes right now.
Wow, you see definitely runes paying off right here. Not that that violent proc was that detrimental, but you see him going into second skill again next turn, which might be very huge because this Hathor is stunned, and before she's going to be able to do the AoE sleep, she might be reset.
Exactly. Sierra is hanging up by the thread right now, but if she takes another turn and procs into a bomb, that might be huge for Vili. Let's see, will she proc?
Right,
she
so
does
Sierra,
not proc, and most likely we see Vanessa finishing her off. Exactly.
We actually do, but the monsters on the side of Arti, they actually look quite alive with the Yanhong still being in there. Now he gets reset, the Hathor, and then suddenly Hathor is already almost dead. Masha obviously getting better and better the later we go into the game. We have Vigor doing a little bit extra damage on Vanessa, and Vanessa is down.
Exactly. Let's see, this game is looking very, very equal right now, very balanced. That Hathor is almost dead and she's reset, but the Okeana is going down to a Masha Violent proc. Let's see if Vili's 2 units will be able to carry him to victory.
Yeah, we have two very, very strong monsters on both sides that scale well into the late game. There's a heal block on the Masha. That's very well done by the Vigor. Can't heal it up, but can definitely boost up the attack bar. So Beast Rider wise, I'd say Masha is better, but Vigor can be so deadly with his third skill.
Exactly, and Masha will definitely be stronger once she's off the mount compared to the Savannah off the mount. But she's gone! That was a huge proc coming in from Vili's Vigor.
Huge proc.
Exactly.
Wow. This might be a game-winning proc right here. Yanhong obviously can still do Yanhong things, but Vigor and Savannah are just so strong together.
Exactly, and it looks like it's going to be FatArti's last match of the day, sadly, and Vili is moving on.
Wow, Ulti, Vigor and Savannah doing the business there.